Have you ever cracked open a cold beer and wondered how it's made? From the ancient Sumerians to the modern-day craft breweries, the process of making beer has been refined over thousands of years. In this video, we'll take you through the history of beer making, the science behind the brewing process, and even tie it all back to the infamous Mentos and Coke experiment. So sit back, grab a cold one, and let's dive into the science of making beer. The history of beer dates back thousands of years, with some of the earliest records tracing back to ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. In fact, beer was often considered safer to drink than water during these times, as the brewing process killed off harmful bacteria and pathogens. Fast forward to modern times, and beer production has become a highly refined and scientific process. So how is beer made? The basic ingredients are water, barley, hops, and yeast. The brewing process involves several steps, including malting, mashing, boiling, fermenting, and conditioning. During malting, barley is soaked in water until it begins to sprout, then dried and roasted to create a rich flavor. In mashing, the malted barley is mixed with hot water to create a sweet liquid called wort. Hops are added during boiling to balance the sweetness of the wort and add bitterness and flavor. Yeast is then added during fermentation to convert the sugars in the wort into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Finally, the beer is conditioned, or aged, to allow the flavors to develop. The brewing process is a delicate balance of art and science. From the chemistry of the malted barley to the biology of the yeast, every step in the process is critical to the final product. One of the most important aspects of brewing is controlling the temperature. The enzymes that convert the starches in the malted barley into fermentable sugars are temperature sensitive, and different yeasts thrive at different temperatures. Even the shape and material of the brewing vessels can affect the flavor of the beer. If any of this sounds interesting, you might be asking yourself, what does it take to become a brewmaster? While some people may learn the craft through trial and error, there are now many educational options available. Colleges and universities across the world offer programs in brewing science and technology, which cover everything from the history of beer to the production process and quality control. These programs typically require a strong background in science, particularly in chemistry and biology. Courses cover topics like microbiology, sensory analysis, and even business management. With a degree in brewing science, you can go on to become a brewmaster or work in the brewing industry in a variety of roles. But the science of brewing isn't just about making beer. It can also be tied to other scientific phenomena like the Mentos and Coke reaction we mentioned earlier. When you drop Mentos into a bottle of Coke, the carbon dioxide in the soda is released rapidly, causing a geyser-like eruption. This is due to nucleation, the process of gas bubbles forming around a surface. This same process is used in beer making. When you pour a beer into a glass, the process of nucleation creates bubbles that rise to the surface, releasing the aroma and flavor of the beer. But too much nucleation can cause a beer to go flat quickly, and too little nucleation can result in a beer that lacks flavor. That's why beer companies carefully control the amount of nucleation in their beers, using different types of containers and techniques to create the perfect balance of flavor and fizz. So next time you crack open a cold one, remember the science that goes into making it taste so good. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe to Cortex Television for more science content.